Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to another high level game of StarCraft 2. Today in the top right, spawning as our blue Protoss player, we have none other than MaxPax. And in the bottom left here, as our red Terran player playing for Shopify Rebellion, it is Byun. Beautiful stuff here in the early game of this Terran vs Protoss on Tropical Sacrifices. We see no proxy barracks, no proxy gates, and also no scouting yet here coming out of MaxPax, and it makes me even happier that we're not seeing a proxy Rex. It really does suck if you're scouting late and your opponent is proxy Rexing you. It can just get pretty nasty pretty quickly there. These players have played a bunch in the past already, and I do believe that Byun has the upper hand when it comes to the overall score between the two. Byun has very powerful Terran versus Protoss, of course. Has shown it in the past few months already. He's really keen on this heavy medevac style in the mid game. The one weak point, I would say, is kind of that early game here for Byun. His early game is not quite as good as some of the other top Terran players. I'm not entirely sure why that is. He has his own build orders, he has his own little tricks in there, but it still feels like he should be capable of getting into decent positions. And fairly often, if he gets in good positions, he just straight up wins in the mid game, because his army movement is so ridiculously good. It actually hurts to watch. So powerful, that army movement. The way that he micros drops, the knowledge of where to be with what amount of units at what exact time. Very good. Now, MaxPax is a player that has kind of two modes in this matchup, I would say. And the first mode is the Stargate mode. Sometimes he's really into Stargate openers, and he'll play a lot of Stargate openers, and it's all we'll see him do. Oracles, Phoenixes, all of that jazz. I feel like that MaxPax has left us a while ago, and nowadays we're mainly seeing our Twilight Council MaxPax, our 4-gate blinking MaxPax, the 3-gate blinking MaxPax. Just very keen on getting a fast Twilight Council out, getting your blink, then getting some pressure on the map with, well, a bunch of stalkers, 10, 11, 12 stalkers, blinking in and out of the main base, trying to snipe a tank, getting a couple of SCV kills. He's very keen on keeping stalkers in the prism as well, and trying to snipe SCVs. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we see something along those lines. Two of these adepts make their way across the map. Zealot also joins the party here. The first Hellion's about to pop out. That means that I think three Marines and a Hellion here are just going to be plenty to deal with this initial threat. Once the second adept shows up, ideally you do want to wait for Marine 4 and 5, or things could get a little bit dicey here. We see MaxPax already keen on turning this fight around. Here comes Marine 4 and 5. Even with Marine 4 and 5, you don't really want to trade Marines for a Zealot at this point in the game. The Zealot is pretty useless, and the Marines will just get better and better the more you get. So I respect the choice here out of Byun to wait for the next two Marines here before moving down. It's going to allow him to trade even better here. Ends up losing one Hellion, snipes the Adept and snipes the Zealot as well. That is obviously a brilliant little trade there. With that medevac popping out soon as well, I'm kind of smelling a 7 or 8 Marine drop at this point. And that is definitely going to hurt for MaxPax, or could potentially hurt for MaxPax. Don't think our Danish Protoss player saw the pickup there. He definitely did not. First two stalkers, have they been warped in yet? I hope so, yeah. In the main base, Raven being constructed behind this as well. Is that a third gas? That's a lot of gas here already in this early game. Raven and Siege Tank, of course, costing a lot there. Marine drop heads over in towards the natural. Prism indeed is on the way, so it is going to be a 3-gate pressure here. First two workers already get taken out, and I think that Byun will need to evacuate shortly here. I don't believe that he can fight this. Byun believed that he could fight this. We'll get actually two stalkers, more than perhaps someone else would have thought. Also gets 3 worker kills. At the same time, the double adepts I think get taken out here. We'll take out 2 SCVs with them. Prism has finished up as we have 4 stalkers making their way across the map. Marine count is low. There is a Raven. There's a single tank. Raven's gonna make his way across the map. Now this will put a lot of pressure on MaxPax to deal damage. At the same time, it makes the defense for Byun a little bit harder. Second siege tank will finish up in 5 to 6 seconds from now. We have our first blink in. SCV will get taken out here for free as the tank is going to siege up a little bit too far back. That means that this depot will get taken out without anything really contesting it. Stim research will continue researching as nothing can be dealt against it. MaxPax first person immediately sees the Raven, throws down a battery here. Also is getting a Templar archive, so perhaps opting to go for something of a 2-base storm drop. Let's get spotted here by the Raven though. That's a very fast Templar archive. Byun's gotta be wondering what that will be for. Well, obviously for Templars, but is it going to be for quick storm drops or just a couple of Archons? Most of the time when you see this type of timing, it has to be Storm. There we go. Storm gets research, a couple of chrono boost on that bad boy, 79 seconds of course. And every chrono boost decreases the time by 10. So you throw on 2 chrono boosts and all of a sudden this is what, 59 seconds? That's just a minute. It's very doable. Stim is still quite far away. Combat shield hasn't even started yet, I believe. That is a mistake. That's not on purpose. You always want to get combat shield if you can. I actually believe that Byun here forgot about combat shield. That is very, very painful if that is the actual case. Okay, yeah, now it starts, but it's not going to be in time for the upcoming push. Stim will finish up in a couple of seconds from now. Imagine this being an army with Stim and combat shield at this point. That would be huge trouble right now for MaxPax, who's stuck on 73 supply, who barely has 3 Templar out here. Storm not even available on any of them. Oi, 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 tanks are sieging up. There's only 6-7 Marines left at this point. I'm not so sure if this is a push that I completely approve of now that I think of it. This is very little units. It is literally 5 half HP Marines at this point. 3 tanks with it as well. This is mad. This is absolutely mad. Next to Medevacs though, heading into a potentially good location. Blink Stalkers blink in. Zealots coming in as well here. We'll take out this little task force that Byun had set up. Same time, Byun's dropping in the main base and MaxPax is not ready for it. Recall will be available in a mere 3 seconds from now. There we go, could potentially recall here, will not quite yet. Pylon's going to get sniped. Artosis is weeping as 7 structures get on powered at once. And this Medevac will not get targeted down, oh, will get targeted down, sorry. And the Templar also managed to hit a big storm there. 56 workers for MaxPax against the 51 of Byun. Despite the worker count not looking that great for MaxPax, the overall supply is kind of fine. Infrastructure on 7 gateways, there is storm. You're really lacking the 6 gas here. That's the one thing I'll immediately say. You ideally want to be on that 6 gas already, so you can just warp in a bunch of Templar, get those double forges going, get the Robo Bay as well as the second robotics facility, and that's kind of the playbook of Hero. And it has been the playbook of Hero for a while now, yeah. 2 Archons. I'm not sure if I would... The problem with these Archons right now is that you're putting yourself into a position where you're pretty darn all in, right? You can't as easily transition into double upgrades, double Robo Bay, or double Robo, single Robo Bay, especially if you don't have these gases yet. Like, this feels like a very dedicated push. A very, very dedicated push. Now, that could work out, but it's also very possible that it doesn't work out. And then all of a sudden you're in a little bit of trouble. Ghost Academy has already finished up. First Ghosts now are in production. As the third base is mining. That's a lot of workers that could potentially die here. Good movement here with this Prism. Trying to zone out these units from coming to the rescue of this base. I would have loved something to chase these SCVs. Whether that's 3 or 4 Zealots. Or maybe just the entire army. If you take out these SCVs, you're just in a fantastic position. Especially with a fort on the way. But no, MaxPax has different plans. Is going to bust up the ramp here. Bunker is being targeted down. Blink Fort. We have more storms available. Do we? Do we? Yes, 1 more, 2 more. 1 more in there somewhere. But supply is dwindling right now for the packs. As he takes out 10 SCVs, loses 5 probes at home as well. This Raven with 13 kills total. SCVs trying to find their way back home. Need to be careful to not actually get blasted by this army on the way back, as that would be a massive waste here. No, Byun, not all of your SCVs for free, no? Oh my god. they get let through. That would have been huge. If 10, 15 more workers go down there, yeah. That definitely is a game changer. Even now, 41 workers against 58. Raven with 15 kills. It is impressive. +1 is on the way. More Templar being morphed into Archons. Doesn't know that these ghosts are out already. This is time for the Robo Bay right now. Yeah. Very nice. Good call here out of MaxPax. Wouldn't even have minded it slightly faster here. Sentry would definitely add something in this army as well with the Guardian Shield. And I think a second forge is not a luxury, but almost a necessity at this point. Well, actually saying that, Byun didn't really start an armory yet, so perhaps just being down 2 upgrades for now, later on being down a single upgrade, really isn't the end of the world. This little soft contain that MaxPax has going here also gives a bit of an opportunity for Byun. So yes, it's good storm. It's good for MaxPax to be on the map, obviously, but it does give the opportunity for Byun to take a good fight here, potentially. He can abuse the ramp a little bit as well. It's getting some pretty decent trades here. MaxPax realizes what's going on. Maybe does not want to continue fighting here. No, goes in for what feels like a third or even a fourth time. These Templar are now relatively low in energy. One more storm is there, but all of these Archons are just going to drop like flies. There's still some EMPs available as well, and the medevac count is insane. Here we go, Enhanced Shockwave finishing up. We do not get the pickup on these Archons. This bad boy will survive. Raven is joining the fight as well. Impressive to see how little F2 has been used in this entire game so far. 71 workers against 45. As 4 mules land over here on the third base. And the Byun income is going to spike just a little bit. Has a lot of these specialty units here. 3 ghosts, a Raven, 6... Yeah, 6? Yeah, 6 medevacs. 7 medevacs. 7 medevacs. The actual bioforce isn't that significant. Isn't that large. That could be an issue. Prism. I would like for this Prism to try and fake out this army rather than just straight away going across the map. MaxPax with a very aggressive move out. His +1 has finished. Is this necessary though? Do you really need to chase a Terran that is practically all in on 50 SCVs? I think we know the answer, and the answer is no. Absolutely not. You don't have to. MaxPax does not need to be on the map right now. Does not need a 5th base either. Is going to get it. I kind of respect that, but I think he's pushing a bit too hard here. Just stay back. There is really no need for any of this. I understand that if you have your eyes on a target as an absolute predator like MaxPax is in StarCraft 2, you probably do not want to let go. Like you want to take out the prey, but in this case the prey is extremely wounded and you're just exposing yourself to potential wounds. Maybe even worse. You fight a lion, if it's wounded, it can still hit you pretty darn hard. 2 Colossi with range will be here right now. The Viking count continues growing at a relatively rapid pace. Raven still alive, Ghosts are there as well. Second Forge on the way right now. 4th base coming in for Byun. As this Zealot run by will start hitting this mine. Still no armory, by the way, here. Still no armory. I can imagine a world in the near future where Byun is actually down in upgrades. It's kind of wild. Especially because MaxPax got his first forge running at like the 9-minute mark. So that's late for a first upgrade, alright? That's late for a first upgrade. Double Disruptors are coming out right now. Oh my god, this is the biggest anti-armor miss. It hits everything except 1 Colossus. Vikings moving forward. EMPs blanketing this army as well. More Zealots moving in to do some harassment damage. But this main army is going to get completely destroyed. Holy crap, big Disruptor. Yep, Purification Nova is not going to hit as big as I thought it perhaps could or would. Or maybe even should. The interference, sorry, not the interference matrix. The anti-armor missile still was active there. Feels like MaxPax is just winning this game. 9 more workers have gone down. 80 workers for the Pax versus a mere 46 for Byun. Oi, 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 oi. Colossus, the actual army size of MaxPax isn't that big. There's a lot of Zealots as well in this army, which means that Ghosts are going to be painfully effective against an army comp like this. The 2 Disruptors will help out, and the 1 Colossus in the back perhaps also can achieve something. EMP is going to connect with a lot of these Zealots. High ground ramp advantage as the Colossus will fall. Stalker count isn't that high either. 62 army supply for Byun against 154. And this is kind of what I was talking about, is that Byun, he'll have these great fights and he'll just stay in the game forever. But because of the early stages, maybe not even the early game, but just the early stages of the mid game this time around, didn't go so well. He's actually going to be in a world of trouble. It's just going to suck for him. That is just what it is. And losing these 3 tanks for free, the little push out definitely wasn't it. Of course, easy to say in hindsight. Now Byun is playing a game of dodgeball, but only 1 person has the balls, and that is going to be MaxPax here. Managed to get in another Zealot run by as well. Runs away from that planetary fortress. Disruptor's not going to connect. 62 army supply, well, make that 90 immediately. 11 Zealots and 2 Disruptors starting at the same time. She's got like an immediate boost of like 30 supply there, holy crap. Is it still possible here for Byun? It might be. I mean, MaxPax continues losing more and more Zealots like this, and yeah, maybe it's possible. But it's going to be a very, very difficult journey. Ooh, is he gonna send out a drop? No, he just accidentally picked up those units. The funny thing here is that if Byun actually gets to go to a max out, he'll have a pretty powerful army, right? He'll be working with like 140, 150 army supply against someone that maximum is going to get 112 army supply. So there is some potential here. MaxPax wants to push up right now, gets in with those Disruptors, hits one of the Purification Novas, and will return back home. I mean, with 8 Disruptors, 27 Zealots. That is a lot of Zealots, huh? That actually is a lot of Zealots. EMPs, not quite connecting. Mines in the back dealing a lot of damage. Purification Novas dealing more damage though. GG gets called as MaxPax wins this game here on Tropical Sacrifice after that great initial defense against the tank marine push. The defense against the double drop as well. Byun never really managed to get back into the game after that. That is going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this game. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.